What's going on, Colts Nation? We got another film breakdown for you for the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Your hosts, Derek and Max. Guys, we had a great one yet on Sunday. There was a lot of great film to break down. There's a lot to take away from this, Max. You and I were talking about it. This offensive game plan and the way the Colts executed offensively, clearly the best day they've had all season offensively moving the football.
Absolutely. No, couldn't say it any better. Best day this offense has had all season long, and the Colts demonstrated complementary football on the defense, offense, and special teams all day long.
All right, so first play we're going to show here, and it was a constant concept all game long that the Colts really tried to get taking advantage of. And this one's ultimately just going to be a dump route to Deion Jackson out of the backfield. What you have is Pittman, and you have Paris Campbell and Granson out here on the left. You got Alec Pierce down on the right. This is the second play of the game. What's going to happen is you're going to have Pittman bust out to the outside on a break route. You got Granson coming in behind him on a break route in the middle, and Campbell's going to try to sit in the middle of the defense trying to get one as well, and Pierce is going to try to get in the middle on the bottom side as well. All of this is just going to create just a bunch of different routes for Matt Ryan to quickly hit, but he's going to find Deion Jackson very quickly, noticing that nobody is covering the outside of the bottom of your screen. So Deion's just going to eventually get a really nice play here. Sees that the guy doesn't come out. Deion Jackson is all alone, all by himself, and gets a 15-yard play. That was great execution there, Max. Matt Ryan reading this, seeing that the end on the left side didn't come back out, and Deion Jackson had all the room in the world if he just made one guy miss.
Absolutely, and I feel like Deion Jackson is going to have a lot more playing time, even when Jonathan Taylor and Nyheim Hines come back healthy for next week, potentially.
Yep, absolutely. And like I said, guys, this is one of just many plays that Deion Jackson makes throughout this game. We're definitely going to continue to come back to him later on in this film session. All right, guys, so on here, you're going to see Travis Etienne get one of the biggest runs of the day. One of the first few plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Colts rushing defense as a whole really had a difficult time adjusting to the adjustment or to the blocking scheme that the Jacksonville Jaguars were giving them in this game. You're going to just see here, there's going to be a bunch of different crackback blocks. You're going to see the center and the left guard both come down. And then what you're going to see is you're going to see the left tackle block the outside end here. You're going to see the tight end block the defensive tackle, be able to make that block. Then Kirk is going to come down here. Rodney McLeod is going to eventually come down into this middle, which is going to have 8 in the box. And Kirk is just going to make that block. And then Faison is here all by himself. Doesn't really get down very quick and loses outside contain immediately. And Etienne makes him pay. You'll see Rodney McLeod step in. Brandon Faison just gets completely out of position, and Faison just gets burnt. And great job by Rodney Thomas to save the touchdown there. But Max, I mean, we've been saying it for a long time now. Brandon Faison, not a great tackler in the open field, didn't even attempt to get the arm out. I mean, it's plays like that that's really hurting this defense right now.
Absolutely, and it reminded me a lot of the Tennessee Titan game when Derrick Henry ran wild for close to 200 yards on the ground for the day, and it was Brandon Faison that was refusing to do one-on-one tackling again, and it looked like the exact same blocking schemes and run schemes that the Jacksonville Jaguars use, and they took a page out of the Tennessee Titans playbook, which is a very smart thing to do.
All right, guys, so this one is the one of 4 sacks that the Indianapolis Colts had on Trevor Lawrence in this game. While Trevor Lawrence was actually insanely accurate in this game, this is one of the few mistakes that he did actually make in a play where he could have definitely hit something, but just refused to do it for some reason. What you have here is you have a 3-bunch set. down at the bottom and your wide receiver up at the top. And your 3-bunch set, you're going to try to get Jamal Agnew on the inside to be out here one-on-one with Zaire Franklin on just a simple hitch route. And it's open right there at the 20-yard line, and Zaire doesn't make it, but then Trevor Lawrence just doesn't throw it. And then DeForest Buckner, you see a different look here where DeForest Buckner is out on the edge, Tyquan is on the inside, and Yannick Ngakoue is on the edge. So the Colts are only bringing 3 on this play, but they brought in the extra linebacker and EJ Speed in the middle to prevent the quarterback draw in this scenario, because that's what hurt Trevor Lawrence last time. Lawrence feels DeForest Buckner closing in on him, and then he tries to pull out and tries to wheel himself out, and he goes right into the hands of DeForest Buckner. As you can see, Buckner gets that speed and just pushes him back. That was all DeForest Buckner there, Max, and it kicked them out of field goal range because of it.
Yeah, we've seen this look a couple times that Gus Bradley has shown, the exotics, I like to call them. They've had success in this look a lot. And I think they got a sack against the Chiefs in this look, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look back. But they play this look a lot. And it's a very successful look. They have a lot of success with it, but you cannot keep playing that look because teams will start to catch on and will start to lose its esteem.
All right, guys. So right here, you're going to see just a halfback screen. ETN is going to funnel out to the right, pretending like he's going to chip somebody, but then just follows the right side of his offensive line here. And I think the most frustrating aspect of this, everyone, what you're going to see here is, you know, we see all the time the Colts try to run screens, especially halfback screens, and they almost never work. And then you see this, and it's like probably the Colts' biggest kryptonite on defense is the inability to stop the screen. They were unable of doing it against Denver. There's the same thing for every team. Every team runs screens really well on this Colts defense. And I think, Max, it's just about the Colts linebackers not recognizing it fast enough. What do you see on this?
Yeah, absolutely. The Colts linebackers did not recognize it fast enough on this play. And when I play this through, you'll see Zaire Franklin drop back. You'll see Bobby Okereke drop back. And you'll notice that both linebackers do not have their eyes on the quarterback or the running back right when this ball is snapped. And so right when this ball is snapped, I should start with Travis Etienne faking the handoff with Trevor Lawrence. He rolls out. Then these linebackers think pass, intermediate part of the field or crossers. And that's what these linebackers are focused on this play when I play this through. So pause it there. So they recognize it late. Rodney McLeod's the only one that recognizes it at this point. And then
ETN just makes Bobby Okereke miss. I mean, it's just one of those situations, guys, where it's insanely frustrating because you see these guys, you know, they just never can stop the screen. It's like if Bobby Okereke recognizes that much quicker, then this screen doesn't gain as much traction as it does.
Yep. And they also have middle of the field open, right? So you have middle of the field open on this play. You got Rodney Thomas down on the lower side of the screen, and you got Rodney McLeod hovering that's going to try to follow this running back wherever he goes. And he's the only one that's on this play. So right when he fakes the handoff to Travis Etienne, as I mentioned before, they're not looking. They're all focused on their assignments right now on the intermediate part of the field, and you got 6 underneath. They're all trying to keep everything in front of them, which is the problem with this play design. When you keep everything in front of you, you're subject to these slip screens or crossers. As you'll see this guy coming across the field, he could have hit him too for a big gain because there's a lot of green grass in front of him. But either way, the Jaguars have a huge gain, and that was pretty detrimental for this Colts drive.
All right, guys. So one of the few catches that Jelani Woods had in this game, bunch of really good play designs here. Jaguars are going to bring 5. Ultimately, they're going to get one of their inside linebackers in on this play. It was a really good blitz design, but Matt Ryan's still able to make the throw on this. What you're going to see is the bottom 2 receivers, which is Pittman and Pierce. These guys are just going to run in routes. You're going to have Paris Campbell here in the slot running a crosser. And then you have Jelani Woods up here at the top. he's just basically going to run a fade out here. And Matt Ryan's whole philosophy is he sees that there's no safety help here on this side. He sees it and he knows that one of these linebackers or this corner is going to have to be one-on-one with Jelani. And if this corner stays down, he's going to be one-on-one with this linebacker. So his immediate thought is I'm going to make this throw to Jelani regardless because Jelani's just got that frame. And this is a fantastic job of reading this play, and Jelani makes him pay. Great play design, great catch by Jelani. The ball is underthrown a little bit, Max, because of the blitz, but because they brought the backside linebacker to be on him, Jelani had all that space, and I mean, that was a great play design.
Yeah, Jelani came into the league with a 10 out of 10 ROA score, which is a relative athletic score. This guy is a very, very athletic freak. These guys don't come often in the NFL or through the NFL draft, and I'm shocked he was there in round 3 when we took him. Now, this is a very tough catch from Jelani Woods. He's 6'7", 245. And when you have to go down and grab a ball below your knees, that is a very, very tough assignment for anybody that size. And Jelani's just athletic enough to be able to go down and grab it. And it just
also it's saying that the backside linebacker is the one that has to make that coverage stop, right?
Yeah, and the backside linebacker was slow to get over and you're not going to catch Jelani Woods once when you're the backside linebacker that has to make up ground of 10 yards. It's going to be very tough for him with Jelani Woods and the frame that he has. And 9 out of 10 times you're not going to stop him.
All right, guys, so what you're going to see here is one of the better runs that Deion Jackson had in this game. Only finished the game with 12 carries for 42 yards, so really not a whole lot in regards to overall quality of runs. But this is one of the better runs that he did have in this game. Deion, where normally this is like a 4 or 5 yard run, which is a good run, but actually turns this into about 9 after a burst of speed and not willing to give up on the play. What you're going to see here is the right guard, Matt Pryor, is going to pull and then block that right side D tackle. And then the tight end, who is Mo Alley Cox, is going to be right here, and he's going to block the other defensive tackle. You're going to have Smith sealing Josh Allen, and then you're going to have Ryan Kelly coming up and trying to seal the middle linebacker. Now, Braden Smith and Ryan Kelly definitely could have done a little better with this rep, but it did allow for Deion Jackson to get 3 yards upfield before being touched. And with his forward momentum, played really well on this. And then just run straight through these guys, just not stopping the feet. Deion running angry yesterday, Max. I mean, it really goes to show you, if the Colts can get a few more of those blocking schemes going for Jonathan Taylor when he gets back, this team definitely can have its edge back running the football.
Absolutely. This team is finding its groove at the right time. They're getting healthy at the right time on the offensive side of the ball. And Deion Jackson brought home the angry run scepter this week. And I think he locked on the running back 3 job for the rest of the season. And I can't wait to see more of him going forward.
All right, guys. So we're going to see some play action here. This is another sack by the Colts defense. Technically, it was for no yardage, but it was still a great play by the Colts. And this play really all happens because of Tyquan Lewis out here on the bottom edge. If Tyquan doesn't make this play here, then this is another 10-yard play for Jacksonville, and this drive may be different. So you're just going to see 2 bunch receivers down here with the tight end, another receiver out here on the left side as well. You're going to have this slot receiver in the middle run and out, and then a fade 15 yards down the field. This outside wide receiver is going to run straight to the flat, and this tight end is going to chip on the inside and then just be a rub route and then just fall right out into the flat as well. Now, Tyquan reads this perfectly, stays on outside contain, and once Trevor Lawrence turns around and looks for his receiver, Tyquan Lewis is right there to meet him. Tyquan makes him think. Grover's right there to bring him down with DeForest Buckner. So That whole play right there starts with Tyquan right there, Max.
Yeah, Taekwon Lewis has been having a great year, and that was a great move. Very underrated move by Chris Ballard bringing him back. That was a very important move for this team. I don't know where we would be on defense without Taekwon Lewis right now. That's how important he has been to this offense. And we're going to highlight another 3rd and 2 stop when we were down 14-3 on a sack on 3rd and 2. And that pretty much changed the game for the Indianapolis Colts.
What's going on, everybody? Today I want to talk to you about our sponsor, BetStamp. Now, I know what you're thinking. Derek, another betting app? What is so different about this one now? Well, I got to tell you guys, I'm not into online gambling a whole lot and bets online and everything, but I got to tell you, BetStamp is one of the coolest things I have ever seen in regards to betting online. The great thing about BetStamp is it allows you to see all the different odds from all different sports books and see which one provides you the best odds possible for any game or scenario you want to bet on for your pick versus some of the worst. BetStamp allows you to also buy and sell picks that you have without worrying about losing your money or having any issues with it. Believe me, it's all free. I mean, look at this, guys. You have an option for every game across all different kinds of leagues in a ton of different ways. You have baseball, you have college football, UFC, NBA, and NFL. Great for the NFL season now being here. And if I wanted to bet on this Tennessee Titans versus Buffalo Bills game, it shows me in real time what are the best odds, which sports book I'm going to get the best offer from versus some of the worst ones. Because why would you want to earn less money from PointsBet when you could be winning more from ProLine Plus? Again, a great thing that BetStamp offers you, allowing you to make more money for the same pick just with a different sports book. How easy is that? And the great thing is there's not just games. There's player props. There's game props. There's lines. There's live tracking. There's a ton of great ways to make bets and picks on BetStamp, guys. Totally a cool thing to use. I highly encourage you check it out if you're into any kind of online betting. Even if you're not, give it a check. See what you like about it, because I think I actually enjoy using it. But the best way to get an edge on online sports betting is having multiple accounts at different sports books. Be sure to hit the BetLink page, betstamp.app/onboarding. Be sure to check out the BetStamp app or online, and be sure to use the referral code JUICE, plug in your state, and you'll get access to all their affiliates and their prices once you open it up, seeing all states' lines. Be sure to check this out, guys. You won't want to miss it for the best odds on your next sports bet. All right, guys. So what you're going to see here, this is just a play that it's weird because this play doesn't work the way it was intended, but thankfully it does end up working. So what you're going to see here is this play is designed as an RPO, and Philip Lindsay is supposed to get this ball for a screen coming across the right side. But what you're going to see is you're going to see Lloyd and this other linebacker both shoot the A gap and both come in at the same time trying to get Matt Ryan. So Matt Ryan recognizes that the middle of the field is going to be open on this play. Pittman runs a slant, and thankfully he's able to get rid of this ball before the linebacker gets to it. You see Lindsay come out, has no time to deliver it, but Pittman is just there and makes the catch. I mean, Max, it was one of those, you and I looked at it for several minutes trying to wonder if there was a break in it, but I think we realized that it wasn't a misread or anything. It's just that the Jaguars had a perfectly timed blitz, but Matt Ryan was still able to make a play regardless of it.
Yeah, this play by the Jaguars was definitely a scheme and play buster. This was, even if Philip Lindsay, we were discussing this for several minutes, like you said, even if Philip Lindsay comes over and tries to take out this guy's right behind him, and he's going to hit Matt Ryan either way. So, this is just a perfect scheme by the Jacksonville Jaguars, and there's really nothing the Colts could have done about it. This is just a better play by the Jaguars and an even better play by Matt Ryan getting that ball to Michael Pittman. And this is why you brought Matt Ryan to this team, to make plays like this in the crucial moments.
Another big play here for Tyquan Lewis, who had himself a game in this. This is going to be the third sack of the game and the third one of the first half. Here, basically, Tyquan Lewis is just going to own this right guard. The Jacksonville Jaguars try to hurry up here, but Tyquan just bulldozes the right guard here in this scenario and basically pushes himself back into Trevor Lawrence. Even if Lawrence escapes that play, Yannick Ngakoue, I think, is on the edge in order to be able to get him anyways. But this play is all Tyquan Lewis here. You just see the power and the healthy Tyquan Lewis getting the third sack of the game for the Indianapolis Colts, Max. Feels good to see a healthy Tyquan Lewis right now.
It does. And like I said before, this is one of the most underrated moves that Chris Ballard made this offseason, and how crucial it is that Tyquan Lewis back healthy after he missed the Denver game. Where you can move him all over the defensive line. You can put him at end. You can put him at 3 tech. You can put him at 0. You can put him at 0 shade. You can put him at 1 tech. I'm really getting into the nitty gritty of football here, but you can put him anywhere on the defensive line. And I think he deserves another extension after this offseason and after coming off a 1-year deal this year.
All right, guys, this was the big one here. Touchdown before the half. This was the speedster from Ohio State, Paris Campbell, getting his first touchdown of the year, and hopefully many more to come. It's very simple. It looks to be, I think that's drawn up in the top right here. And then you have Jelani Woods and Pittman and Campbell all on a bunch set. Basically, we're going to have is Jelani just run a simple vertical route to try and mix up the coverage here. Pittman is going to pretend to run a slant on the inside to bring this outside corner in with him. And Campbell's just going to run in the flat right behind him. And he's just going to have enough room to be able to make this work. Shows off some insane athleticism and stretchiness in order to be able to make it into the end zone here. Matt Ryan reads it, gets it to Paris. Paris just able to stretch out and get that touchdown. Very impressive play there, Max, and so glad that Paris finally gets the touchdown that I've been waiting for.
Yeah, we've all been waiting for Paris Campbell to show up in games and be able to do what he did on this play and show his athleticism and show why I belong to this football team. He's on a contract year, and it's going to be very interesting to see what the Colts do after this year with Paris Campbell. And hopefully he shows enough at the end of the year, for the rest of this year to stick around another year.
What you're going to see here is the same exact play design almost as what Jacksonville ran on the original slip screen with ETN earlier in the game. They're going to try to run it the exact same way, just this time with Zay Jones coming across the edge rather than going to the opposite way. But right here, you're going to see Rodney McLeod at the bottom of the screen here. Rodney, again, is going to seep into that middle of the field territory. And he's going to recognize this at about the same time as he did before. But it took Trevor Lawrence just a tad bit longer to get this ball out than maybe what he should have. And Rodney McLeod beats the block by the right guard on this play. And it is absolutely beautiful on this tackle. You're going to see Rodney just start creeping up, comes in, he recognizes it, beats the guy off the edge, and just holds on to ETN for dear life. Rodney McLeod was making plays like that all game yesterday, Max, and it's safe to say he was definitely the best defensive player on the field yesterday when it came to clutch moments like that.
Absolutely. The biggest move made by Gus Bradley this season has been putting in Rodney McLeod over Nick Cross, and pretty much the reason that Gus Bradley has told us is because of the communication that the strong safety has in this defense and the responsibilities that the strong safety holds. It was too much for the rookie the first couple games, so they put in Rodney McLeod the rest of the way up to this point. And Rodney McLeod has showed his veteran leadership, his presence, his knowledge, his football intelligence, and it's paying off diligence. It's paying off in a big way for us up to this point.
All right, guys, so this was a key play at the end of the first half for the Indianapolis Colts. You're going to see Granson make this catch on another out route, another tight end on this group that has been having a fantastic season so far. You got Pierce at the bottom. He's going to run an in route. You got Paris Campbell, who's going to run a crosser again to the middle of the field. Pittman's just going to run a curl route, and it's just going to have Granson one-on-one with this safety up here in the back. And Matt Ryan's able to make this throw to Granson for a huge play that gets them a field goal before the half commences. And then as well during this play, Max is going to show you how the offensive line made this play happen for Matt Ryan. So Granson, great catch, great way of getting things going. And Max, you want to show them what this offensive line did here?
Yeah, absolutely. So as this play runs out, they pick up the game really well. The Jaguars didn't run the game really well. They kind of run into each other here, kind of holds them up a little bit. The right side of the line holds up great. You have Pryor and Brandon Smith one-on-one. They have their guys with their backs turned. Ryan steps up into the pocket. Great throw, low and away to Kylan Granson. And they get a field goal before half, and that was a very important play in this drive.
Yep, absolutely. And with the offensive line, I mean, yesterday we said it before, no sacks yesterday given up. I mean, that was one of the more clean blocking schemes they had all game. But that just went to show you, I mean, just how much more improvement this offensive line has had.
And Frank Reich has said the past couple of weeks that the most important part of the offensive line is the interior of the offensive line. And the past 2 games, that interior of the offensive line has been very, very good for Matt Ryan. And just the 2 tackle spots that have been a little shaky, but the move to Dennis Kelly in the middle of the game against the Jaguars, that shored up that left side and put more protection on Matt Ryan.
All right, guys. So another big one for Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman with a career day yesterday. 13 catches for 134 yards, looking like wide receiver 1 for the Indianapolis Colts in this game, Max. What you're going to see here is Jelani Woods down to the bottom left, just going to run another one of those 10-yard in and outs that the tight ends were running all game. You're going to see Paris Campbell do another crosser, but this one's going to be a lot deeper. And believe it or not, folks, if you do see Paris Campbell in this play, you're going to see Rayshawn Jenkins, the backside safety here on the bottom left. He reads this play for Pittman, but hurts himself in the process of doing it and almost abandons the aspect of Paris Campbell coming across the middle. If Matt Ryan has one more second and sees it, oh my gosh, it's a touchdown for Paris Campbell and no one's even close. But Pittman's just going to run a drag route right behind Paris Campbell because Paris is being the decoy, and Pittman just ends up getting a huge first down here for Indianapolis. You see Paris and them get mixed up, and Rayshawn bites on it. And man, if Paris is there and he kept going, man, that could have been a touchdown right there, but a huge play by Michael Pittman there, Max. There was a ton of great plays from Michael Pittman yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. Michael Pittman went off for 140 yards or close to 140 yards. And he's just that prototype number 1 receiver that every team needs and is looking for. And we have that guy. We just need to surround him, and we need to get everybody. We need to provide the ball more, surround the ball more, spread the ball around. As you can see, Paris Campbell's wide open coming over here. If Matt Ryan waits on the ball for another 2 or 3 seconds, or maybe not even that, maybe another 2 seconds, he would hit Paris Campbell, and Paris Campbell would walk into the end zone. And it's actually incredibly frustrating because I love Paris Campbell. And all season long, as we've been doing these film sessions, we've seen instances where Paris Campbell's coming open maybe 2 or 3, maybe 1 or 2 seconds before Matt Ryan or after Matt Ryan threw the ball. And it's just frustrating that Paris Campbell is always open. As you said, there was a pro football stat that Paris Campbell was open 8-9% of the plays that he was in. It's just frustrating that Paris Campbell is not getting the ball and the opportunities that he needs to maybe stick on this football team long term.
All right, guys, so here it is, the Kyle Brandt angry run of the week, one of the great runs for the Indianapolis Colts today, and that was Deion Jackson for this 4-yard touchdown run. The Colts did a great job earlier in this drive, actually being able to run the football for the first time in what seemed like all game. Here you're just going to have a great scheme design here. Quentin Nelson and Dennis Kelly on the left side are going to seal the edges. Ryan Kelly does a fantastic job sealing the defensive tackle, giving a hole for Deion to run through. And then Braden Smith is going to seal the other defensive tackle here. Matt Pryor doesn't even really have to do anything. Really, it's just going to be Deion versus this safety right here in the middle. It's just going to be mano a mano. Who wants it more? Who's going to hit harder? And this is the end result. See Paris Campbell come right through. Deion Jackson has a huge hole and just bam! Lays the freaking hammer down. Biggest touchdown of the day so far there for Deion Jackson. Man, what a freaking angry run. Deion Jackson was playing like his life depended on it yesterday, Max.
Yeah, I'm in love with Deion Jackson. He has to be the number 3 running back, and I think he will be long term. That's all I got to say.
All right, guys. So this was the second of 3 touchdowns. Or actually, yeah, the second of 3 touchdowns in the second half for the Indianapolis Colts. You're going to see Jelani Woods, the monster, get his 5th catch of the year, and it's his 3rd touchdown of the year, actually tied, leading the, I think he actually has the most receiving touchdowns for the Indianapolis Colts this year. Jelani here is just going to follow in right behind Michael Pittman on the outside, who's going to run a slant, but is going to create enough space for Jelani to basically just run a fade into the end zone. Matt Ryan knows where he's going the whole way. He sees this linebacker lined up with Jelani, and he's like, man, this is too easy yet again. We're going to throw it Jelani's way, and this is what happens. Gets that ball. He knows exactly where he's going. Jelani, one-on-one. It's too easy. Throw it up there. Jelani's just too big, too strong. Max, I mean, it seems like every time Jelani touches the football at this point, something magical happens.
Absolutely. And I said on the pregame show on Sunday morning, right before the Colts kicked off, anytime you're within the 10, anytime you're in the red zone, throw it up to Jelani Woods. He's going to come down with it every single time. That's all you got to do. It's not rocket science. Just throw it up to your 6'7", 245-pound tight end that's on a linebacker. Can't keep up with him. 10 out of 10 times, Jelani's going to come down with that ball. Touchdown Colts. Game winner. Or not the game winner, but this is a big play.
So this right here will be the game winner for the Indianapolis Colts. It's 3rd down and 13, ball up the 32-yard line. Colts could say, we could kick a 49-yard field goal with Chase McLaughlin. He's been kicking it pretty good all year. And definitely that was going to be their backup that this play didn't make it. But Matt Ryan plays this ball perfectly. Alec Pierce showing why you drafted him in the 2nd round on this play right here. It's just going to be one-on-one with Shaquille Griffin. Shaquille's on top of Alec Pierce all game for the most part. And you're going to have one high safety. So they're basically playing man here, trying to keep everything in front of them. Now, Matt Ryan, what he does at the top of this route is fantastic. He's going to look to the left first, trying to make sure this safety comes back to the left side of the field first. And then when he looks right, all it is Alec Pierce one-on-one with Shaquille, and the rest is history. You're going to see Matt Ryan. He just looks straight to the left first. That safety goes to the left, and then it's just Alec Pierce all by himself right there at the bottom right. Touchdown, game winner. Just too much sauce for Alec Pierce in this game. I mean, he is showing you once again why you drafted him, and a great throw and great read by Matt Ryan to make that happen. Such a spectacular play there, Max.
Yeah, this was the game winner, as you said, and the veteran, Alec Pierce was playing like a veteran all game long, drawing penalties, understanding the route stems, understanding the timing that each route has to develop at, and the way that he started this route at the beginning of this video. Look how patient he is. He's not rushing the route. He's trying to work Shaquille Griffin, and you're not going to cover Alec Pierce one-on-one like that. Alec Pierce is way too fast, way too big. He can go to the junk ball, and he's doing exactly what he did in college.